So hello, we are here in ESC. I am Chiara from Infosex Collective, and we are here with Morgane Merteuil, sex worker, feminist activist, and she was General Secretary of the STRASS, Sex Workers Union. We would like to ask you 3 questions, not too much, but it's important for us to sharing our experiences with you. Okay, during this month we are assisting and we are also part of a global women movement that is trying to re-meaning the word feminism and feminist practices. So what's your opinion about this? Also, starting from what you said yesterday, so not a communism for women, but a communism that starts directly from the women experiences.
Well, I think I cannot just tell my opinion about one movement, because I can guess the movement is built from very different movements itself. Probably there are some liberal feminists, probably some more revolutionary feminists. It's always a question, and it's always the same, about how to build a movement with people we share a commitment in feminism with, but we do not share the strategy, and what is the limits, what compromises are we ready to do. But I think the fact that sometimes feminists succeed in building a strong thing together is interesting. So yes, this problem with the fact that institutional feminists are still the more visible, and we've seen with today's women march against Trump, and you're like, yeah, okay, you're against Trump, of course, but weren't you against Obama, that also made wars and sends a lot of bombs on civilian people and continues the war in many countries, and so there's always something contradictory, and the fact that a big part of the feminist movement is very liberal, so I'm not always very at ease with this big movement, because it's really good for media to bring consciousness about women issue, and I think it's a good thing that we can say and be heard publicly that someone like Trump is bad for women, but it has to be an occasion to raise much more deep issues, and I think we have to use this mass movement to really raise further the issue that women's emancipations.
Yes, to put inside some radical issues.
Yeah.
Words. In Italy, we are part, and we are really involved in this new movement, if we can say this, which started from this big demonstration in November, with really radical issues inside. The main topic was male violence, so not just an intimacy way of looking at the violence, but a problem which is immediately structural, okay? A structural phenomenon, so something that is really connected to the complexity of life in all its expression. So work field, health system care, we are thinking about abortion in Italy, but not just this. What do you think in this time is the relation between violence and capitalism nowadays in this neoliberalism perspective?
I would say they're synonyms. I think capitalism is in itself violence against women, not only women, of course, against working class, against racialized people. So when we're talking about male violence in a structural perspective, I think it's a good start, but I'm sometimes afraid that in some analysis we say like it's structural to say it's not individual, and to say it's actually like all male. It's not just some individuals that are the exception, but
Yes,
it's the fact that the rule is the rule of violence. I think maybe when we talk about structures, we have to define what are the structures in order to really highlight how violence is of course produced by many males, etc., but it's produced by material structures that allow that, that favor that. It's not just a sum of individuals that make the structures, it's also really state institutions and state institutions that work together with capitalist relations. Often the victors of this violence, and they are the responsible at the individual level. But I think one of the main problems is, well, we won't educate them actually.
Of course.
We will not educate them to not be violent, we will not educate boss to stop to exploit us.
Yes, yes, yes.
They do that because they can, and they can because we are put in a position of weakness. There's often this tendency in feminism to, oh, we are good, we just have to educate the others. The other women were not conscious of how they can play the game of sexism. We have to educate men to stop to be violent. And so we do not start from ourselves, in fact. And yeah, we have to change our conditions. Sure, they should not be violent, but they will be anyway. So we have to build a strategy, and the strategy begins by making ourselves strong first.
Yes, of course. Okay, really interesting. Okay, the last question. Okay, we are a feminist collective. The name is Infosex, and we in the last years we deepened the processes of labor forms. You know, so starting from the assumption that there is no such a great distinction for our perspective of productive and reproductive levels of work, and looking at the 8th of March, you know, that it's going to be a day of women's strike all around the world. What do you think and how, what do you think could be the connection between this kind of women strike, but also with male workers, of course, because if we don't have a great distinction between productive and reproductive work, you know, we have to also connect with male workers.
I think that's an important issue because we're at the heart of the internal contradictions, the contradictions internal to the working class, and how capitalism has built working class women separated from working class men. For men it can bring them some privileges, so it's harder and harder. So I would not propose one solution, but I think there's something in the way the working conditions are changing, and that's what I was a bit explaining yesterday. How labor becomes with neoliberalism more flexibilized, more privatized, and how for the whole working class has more and more to serve not only as labor force but itself as an individual, and even when you're
in relation with the others too, you know, this exploitation of the relation.
Of the relation of identities that were built in skill to resist to oppression can now be used to be in the interest of profit extraction. And so I think that's a good occasion for a class and gender recomposition around this issue about the extraction of our lives in the interest of profit. So we women are already aware of that. Now we have to make our comrades really aware of that also.
Yes, and that's what we'll try to do, of course, in the next month. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to stay with you, to have this brief interview, and so